signifying physical mark of the Jewish people. But Paul trumps their hand by showing off his credentials. He was circumcised, but on the 8th day of his life, not as an adult. He could claim hereditary identification with the nation of Israel, but also with the king-producing tribe of Benjamin. He spoke and read the sacred Hebrew text. It was taught in his home. He was a member of the most scrupulously law-abiding segment of observers, the Pharisees. His zeal was even recorded in actions taken against the upstart Christian church. Examined under the scrutiny of the law, Paul's righteousness has been unerring and unquestionable. But from that lofty vantage point, from that point of all these credentials that Paul can raise up, he declares that his gain he has come to regard as loss. You know, establishing credentials is something that we do in church circles, especially among pastors. Whenever a group of clergy gets together and each is introducing themselves, they usually state the church they serve, how long they've been ordained or licensed, what seminary, this is really important, what seminary you've graduated from, and how long you've served in the church. You know, I was thinking here not too long ago when I was sitting before with a group of new clergy and everyone was introducing themselves, it began to sound almost like competition. Have any of the rest of you ever felt that way among a group of your peers? Huh? Folks you sit down with, they begin to list off their credentials, you know, and so many of them have advanced degrees and all of this other stuff, and I just wonder, I saw some head shaking up at Pleasant Hill. I think, have you ever experienced that in a group of your peers at one time or another? I bet you have. You know, there's something about credentials. Be it education, qualifications, length of service, or the number of battle scars that you carry, that brings an imagined status and confidence in stressful situations. 4, 5, 6-year apprenticeships, advanced degrees, length of service, certifications. None of these, though, can bring the peace or complete acceptance that you and I hope for. None of these can bring that. In such a competitive world, how can we simply rely on the greatest credentials of all, being called the beloved children of God? What greater credentials could we have than being called beloved children of God? How can we appreciate, how can we realize the magnificence of that gift of God in grace that God freely presents to us, endowing us with a status beyond our imagining? God says that we are somebody, that we are beloved children, that we are a royal priesthood. God created us and called us wonderful. You know, there are all sorts of ways to live into that reality. Some of those might involve study. in Jesus, our freedom is bought. God declaring us beloved children should bring us confidence that whatever we do, that we'll do it well. Because we are already equipped and already approved. And that's a lot to live up to, folks. You know, we strive to fulfill the confidence that God places in us, knowing this, that God spurs us on, having declared us as winners, no matter how many degrees we might or might not have. Whether we attended an elite school or not, what our family background is. You know, maybe you can trace your ancestry from the Mayflower. I don't know. But it doesn't make you any more accepted or any more precious in the sight of God. Neither does a bulging stock portfolio. We're all winners in God's sight. We're all beloved children. Now, this isn't to say anything negative about education. If I go to the dentist, I want to go to a person who's been trained and highly trained as a dentist. I don't want to go to the old barber shop like you used to back in the days of Matt Dillon, where you sit down in the chair and they pulled your tooth with a pair of channel locks. But if my grandson is educated, I want qualified